Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. And it's Sunday afternoon and tomorrow is Monday. Everybody will start, hurrying, going to work and all that. I don't even like it that it's Monday tomorrow, Charlie. I just wish tomorrow is another Saturday or another Sunday. I just wish that sometimes weekend is like 5 days and working days is just 2 days. But a man doesn't have to be lazy, so have to go to work, you know, and use the 2, 3 days that is the weekend, use it to rest, use it and bond with your kids, use it and go to the park, use it and go to the beach, relax and all that. But when it's weekdays, bro, you have to get yourself up and go work, go hustle for yourself, for your family. You understand? So today I have an interesting topic, so you can go grab your popcorn, maybe with your girlfriend or with your sister or with someone. Just watch this video from the beginning to the end, and the comment section is open for your own opinion to say what you think. As far as what you're going to say it respectfully, because I don't tolerate people coming to my comment section to insult or use some words that are too you just tell me what you think. If you even think that as a place I didn't get it right, of course, we all make mistakes. You are free to correct me if I make some mistakes. You understand? You are free to correct me in a respectful way. Okay? So, like I said, topic for today is, did Nigeria help South Africa during the apartheid era? Tell me what you think. Do you think Nigeria helped South Africa or not? So let's talk about it. So you have to listen and tell me what you think. Now, before we go into that, let's talk about African Union. African Union was created, it was formed in the year 1999, okay, by 55 African countries. Okay, so let's talk about it now. In 1999, 55 African nations formed the African Union to create an international body to address issues, and concerns on the continent of Africa. The African Union seeks to create African unity as well as spread democratic ideas. Okay, so now we have talked about African Union. I've just shed small light on African Union. There's a reason why I just wanted to talk about African Union first. Then we'll go into the main thing. Okay, now before we continue, Nigeria got its independence October 1st, 1960. And when Nigeria got independence, its foreign policy has been centered in Africa, how to make Africa move forward, how to, as at then, liberate other African countries from, colonization, how to help other African countries to gain independence. Okay, so Nigeria has always been in the forefront, in anything that has to do with uh, the interest of Africa, how Africa is going to succeed. Nigeria has always loved to carry the problems of Africa. It has always loved to help to solve or provide solution to any issue pertaining Africa. You understand? Nigeria has got involved, even in peacekeeping missions. Even the United Nations applauded and has always praised, Nigeria, in terms of peacekeeping. Whenever it comes to peacekeeping, Nigeria is good at peacekeeping. You know, Nigeria has helped to restore peace, law and order in some African countries. They have helped provide solutions. They have mediated to see that some of these countries, come back to being a peaceful country, and not just that, anything Africa, Nigeria always like to, as long as they are called to get involved, they are always there to help. Nigeria always stretch forth its hands, to help any African country that is in their need and calls upon Nigeria to do so. Nigeria never violates any country, by just going to the country to do something without being called upon to do so. Nigeria has always played the role of Mother Africa. No wonder they call Nigeria the giant of Africa. Nigeria is not a country with the biggest land size in Africa, but they call them the giant of Africa because of the roles they play. Nigeria actually plays that mother role, in Africa. It doesn't look at other countries going through problems and then it forsakes them. It always wants to help. Okay, so we're going to look into how Nigeria helped South Africa. Let me tell you something. Nigeria is one of the countries that helped South Africa the most, if not the number one. Nigeria and the people of the country, they helped South Africa a whole lot. Let's look into how Nigeria helped South Africa. Now, during the apartheid era, Nigeria actively opposed the apartheid, government in South Africa. Nigeria headed the African National Congress and the Pan-African Congress, you know, political bodies that sought to end racial discrimination in South Africa by providing financial assistance and supplies. We are even going to shed more light about providing that financial assistance and supplies. Now, whenever I watch the clips or read about the apartheid era and what our brothers and sisters in South Africa had to go through, it almost, brings out tears in my eyes because the South Africans went through a whole lot. No wonder they love their country so much and they don't want anybody to come and mess up in their country. They love their country so much. They are bold, they are fearless, they are courageous because yes, they really went through a whole lot. A whole lot. But I thank God that they are where they are today. The level South Africa is right now. South Africa can even, compete with some European countries. South Africa is blessed. Okay, so in 1976, Nigeria set up a relief effort to help victims of apartheid. You know, in addition, in 1976, Nigeria boycotted the Olympics to bring international awareness to the racial discrimination in South Africa. You can imagine what Nigeria did for South Africa. They boycotted the Olympic of 1976 just to bring awareness to what the people of South Africa have been going through, the suffering in South Africa, the discrimination in South Africa. Nigeria boycotted the Olympics. So when people say that, oh, Nigeria has done a lot for Africa, now let's continue. Okay, now during the apartheid era in South Africa, Nigeria was one of the foremost supporters of anti-apartheid movements, including the African National Congress. The Nigerian government issued more than 300 passports to South Africans seeking to travel abroad. Nigeria was always on their side. Nigeria never forsake, South Africa. Now, there's this Nigerian musician, though he's late now, the late Sonny Okosun, a Nigerian musician, wrote the hit song Fire in Soweto. You need to go and listen to that song. If you are a South African, go and listen to the song a Nigerian musician did about what happened in Soweto. Okay, the hit song Fire in Soweto in 1977 to commemorate the 1976 Soweto uprising against apartheid in South Africa. Now, let's talk about more ways Nigeria helped South Africa. Let's go into little details now. Nigeria set up the National Committee Against Apartheid. It was called NACAP in 1960. You can imagine Nigeria, took this upon themselves. It was as if it was their own problem. Nigeria did everything possible they could. They need to be applauded for this. Like I said, I will repeat it again. Nigeria set up the National Committee Against Apartheid, NACAP, in 1960. Number two, the late Sonny Okosun composed a song called Fire in Soweto in 1977 to show support for the fight against apartheid. Number three, from 1960, Nigeria gave material and financial support to the freedom fighters in South Africa. Nigeria donated millions of dollars to the movement to liberate South Africa. Okay, then Nigerian Prime Minister Alhaji Abubakar Tafawa Balewa sent letter to South Africa's ANC militants on April 4, 1961, showing support for their cause. The then Prime Minister of Nigeria, he wrote a letter to the ANC. Go and read about the letter, showing support for them. Oh, Nigeria really supported South Africa, and Nigeria is really the giant of Africa. Number 5 on my list, Nigeria provided millions of dollars to the ANC. I've said this before, and the Pan African Congress. All Nigerian, let me now tell you how even Nigerian citizens got involved in this. All Nigerian civil servants and uh, uh, you know, public office servants, or made a donation from their monthly salary. So civil servants in Nigeria, public servants in Nigeria, they even made donations from their monthly salary to support the cause in South Africa. Nigerian students skipped their lunch to make donations to South Africa. Nigerian students. When you say Nigerian, there's one thing you will know, that this person is from Nigeria. They always have good hearts. They always have the helping spirit. They always want to help. Okay, now from 1960 to 1995, Nigeria spent over $61 billion. Hey, let me read that again. From 1960 to 1995, Nigeria spent over $61 billion to support the end of apartheid, more than any other country in the world. No other country gave such amount of money to South Africa. $61 billion. Nigeria refused to sell oil to South Africa or South African government in protest against the white minority rule. Nigeria lost, billions of dollars in refusing to sell oil to, the minority government in South Africa. And then, just for the sake of South Africans, just for the sake of Africa, to help in liberating South Africans, from the minority rule, the oppression, the discrimination. Tell me what you learned in this video. You see why it's always good to help. You see why Nigeria, when they say is the giant of Africa, some people might not understand. Some people of this generation might not understand. But when you read the history of how Nigeria has, championed the cause of, unity, stability in Africa, to push Africa forward, what Nigeria has contributed, for the sake of, unity, for the sake of peace, for the sake of, you see that Nigeria has done a lot for Africa. So, like I said earlier on, it's not only Nigeria, but Nigeria did a lot. Thank you guys for making our chance to watch this video. Tell me what you think. This video is not about trying to say, oh, we did this for South Africa. We're not bragging. Nigeria doesn't make a noise when it does something for people. Yeah, we're not trying to brag here. I'm not trying to say, oh, we did this. No, I'm only trying to tell people how Nigeria helped South Africa during the apartheid era. Thank you for making our time to watch this video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share, and don't forget to say one love Africa. Whether you're from Nigeria, Togo, South Africa, Kenya, whether you're from Zimbabwe, we are all one people. We are all one Africa. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.